Saw Blitz put out on social media that they were thinking about choosing Gaming Gladiators. Maybe it's less about who LGD are and maybe more about who their other opponent could have been. The number one de facto team in the world, Gaming Gladiators. You know, that is a tough choice between the two.
It's never easy, and I think that is the one upside that Liquid have going for them here. LGD is a very slow early game team. So if you're Liquid and you're going into this matchup, you kind of know you're gonna have your way in the first 10, maybe even 15 minutes. After that, if the game is even, it becomes spooky for Liquid, because I do think LGD are a little bit of a stronger straight 5-on-5 team fight team at the moment. But they're not guaranteed to get to that position, and I think that's where Liquid can just heavily abuse them here. And they went for a pretty fast lineup. Clockwork, Crystal Maiden. This is like some throwback to the dual roam days almost, but a very fast support duo. You can get a lot of gate action going, a lot of side lane ganks. I would expect Foxy and Zayna to combine a lot here in the first 10 minutes if the game is slowing well for them. Give these cores like some ganks, some extra XP, contest the bounty, the wisdom runes, and just pull ahead of LGD, who are more reliant on these little 2- or 3-man combos with the Techies and Mirana needing some setup here. Whereas Liquid supports, they're just going to do it all if they get the levels.
Now, if LGD's weakness has been the laning phase, is this not something that Zhao 8, a legendary captain, is going to point out to his team? And is it not something that you can fix this early on? Because it does look like, at least draft-wise, they've gotten themselves some pretty good lane matchups.
I think it's something LGD is aware of, and I slowly see them like fixing it a little bit in their drafts. They also have some of these crutch heroes that they rely on. I think Primal is a huge one for them. I actually think this Primal is extremely important for LGD as Zai hooks a creep. In terms of, it's a hero that's very hard to shut down in the early game and will almost always reliably get out of lane and provide you some sort of play options on the map, right? It has overwhelming damage. You can't really negate that damage in the early game unless you're gonna really hard pick it on lane with like some Razor. I don't even know if that wins it. So I think this Primal has been a reaction from LG in terms of they've upped the priority on it, because it's a hero for NTS that can help get them through the early game. Like if you're gonna pick a hero in the first 10 minutes in Dota that is the strongest in the game, Primal's got to be in the top 3.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this hero kind of goes crazy even before he gets his ultimate, which is pretty unique, I would say, out of a lot of cores. And, I mean, you're talking about a crutch, so it's something that they're very reliant on, but you did just label up a lot of strengths. It does sound to me like you think it is very important for this Primal Beast to be successful, because they are so reliant on it when it comes to, as you said, upping the draft priority on it. They think it's important for probably their early game in the laning phase and such. So it's pretty important for Nothing to Say to not only win his lane here up against Nisha, but also be able to have some big impact in these early rotations, right?
Or at least go even. But yeah, I kind of expect the NTS to control the early tempo of this game. If you can get 1 or 2 ganks off, go even mid, maybe get one of the 6, 8, 10 power runes, and I think you're in an okay place for LG. I also think LGD's side lanes are decent. They're better than they look on paper this game.
I mean, I think they've got 2 of the strongest laning supports, I would say. Techies and Mirana are both pretty
they're strong
in that regard.
They're very strong right clickers. Their spells can be good if you can combine them up. I think the Doom and Naga are a little weak, but Naga Mirana is an old school classic, pretty strong dual lane if you get some Riptides going with the extra right clicks. So I don't think they're necessarily outclassed draft-wise. I just expect Liquid to be a stronger laning team and outplay them here. Shiro has to TP out of top on the hook. You just get beat up. Does have a salve though, so trades are going Liquid's way, and it's already going to get reflected in the regen department. This is what LG is going to have to overcome. You can't let these little things build up to a point where suddenly you're feeding away kills, and then these supports get extra experience. That is the biggest thing for me. If LG go like 0-0 in the first 10 minutes, I think they're happy on it.
Sure.
And if I'm Liquid, I want to start scoring up some of these extra kills on lane so my clock and Maiden get enabled. It's not necessary, but that's like the perfect game here. If Foxy has a 6 to 10 minutes, because then he's just going to counteract the Primal Beast a lot too. Clock was basically Europe's premier answer to this hero at the end of that Primal batch. So,
and it's a hero that's been very successful at this tournament so far.
One of the highest win rates overall, plus 20 games. It's like 70% plus, I think 76% or something this morning. So this hero was ridiculously high win rate. I was looking through those games too. A lot of those have been clock for some of the backline supports. That's the one thing that stuck out to me. Like that Silencer, Skywrath mages, heroes that traditionally don't want to go first staff, fourth staff first, and just get soloed by clock. I think that helps. Laning also might be a little weak person, but he's generally just looked pretty good. And Foxy already level 3. Laying in that level 2 battery, this is where the hero shines in the trades, and he's getting pretty damn good trades out here.
Yeah, he is. He may not have, may not be a great answer to the Mirana, but the Techies, this is certainly a hero he could probably feast on a bit.
You catch him out, for sure. I also think the clock shines for some of these ranged heroes when it comes to contesting the runes. We're talking wisdom runes, we're also talking the lotuses. I think clock is really good at contesting 3 and 6 minute lotuses, something that's a bit underrated on these side lane matchups.
That's true. He just walks on top of you, and then he can channel on it, and you can't.
So I think that is one of the things you should look for with this hero. And then, you know, the lotuses are nice for clock because hero generally has suffered with mana pool problems on the lane too. So if you get all that going, I think there's a reason this hero is doing pretty well.
Sure. I don't think you say getting very low in this mid lane matchup now.
This is a tough matchup. This is not one of the matchups that Primal is super happy playing into. I think Ember definitely takes away with it over the long run, and then you're a mobility hero that is pretty tanky with Flame Guard, though Nisha just went chains here too, so the chain's going to be some extra setup and initiation for Liquid. But it is a 0-0 game.
It is.
First blood,
and even first blood in the top lane as Zai is going to be run down here. The Flesh Heap blocking a lot of this damage, but they can just keep on putting it in. And Wyu Smile is going to be the recipient of all that extra gold.
That's that Riptide with the Mirana right clicks, and Vanguard delivered to his corpse, but not in time to save him. Good timing for LGD to hit.
Now, meanwhile, Insania was not there in lane, in part because he was looking to be able to gank the Primal Beast, so this may be a fair trade-off in some ways. Yeah, I know it's the big first blood goal, that feels great, but still, the mid matchup, I feel like that is one of the most important kills to get in lane right now.
And shutting down the tempo for LGD, which is this Primal Beast.
Right.
And extra XP for the Maiden. That is exactly what Liquid want here, even getting a little Rocket Flare assist action going. This Rocket Flare has been another factor, I think, for the clock, that people are just skilling it more, skilling it earlier. This spell is pretty high impact in the early game. You get a lot of them off per minute. You can cancel raindrops, you can cancel salves, you can slow down heroes in random fights. The slow is pretty annoying.
Why manages to snatch away the regen rune from Nisha, which with both supports and an Ember Spirit, who's usually pretty good at rune controlling, that was quite nice, I think.
Maybe some parity on the map right now, as both these side laners have Vanguard. It's gonna put them in the lane, which means the skirmishes are gonna all go towards mid here. Ooh. They were looking for the chain stun.
Yeah, I feel like if nothing to say, could have grabbed him there. That's a kill. You got the Mirana ready to go with the arrow and a blast off from the Techies. This pulverize sets up a lot.
Especially when you don't have the Flame Guard.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing here. Nisha is susceptible to dying in this game, especially to arrows or a Techies follow-up. The aggressive potential is a lot stronger, and the chains controlling the Primal is going to be good for like counter initiation and stuff, but you cannot let the Ember get gone on. And 7-minute Wisdom Rune. LGD do not want to give this up to Boxy here.
Yeah, Boxy might just get both the Wisdom Rune and a kill. See if he's able to isolate him long enough. I guess nothing to say. Can't just trample on through, and he does manage to grab it. Nothing to say, gets here and should be able to help get the kill. Box is going to go for the deny on the Ancients, but the pulverize and blast off will ensure there is no chance.
The true Goomba pound into the dirt.
Yeah, seriously.
It's probably worth it here. I feel like I'd take that. I think denying it from LGD, pretty valuable. Planet's going to be very low level now. He's going to have to catch up somewhere. Still looking to unblock his big camp, which has not been on the lane for the entire time. Did get a heartbeat creep up for New though, so happy about that one. Unlucky he has to lane into Morphling, but you know, what can you do? And the mid clash continues for the 8-minute power rangers, and Liquid continue to bring their support. Right, people saying
maybe not realizing the support rotations that are coming in. The arrow's going to slide right on by, doesn't hit anything there, sadly. And well, they can at least get a counter kill. Box is going to die. Nisha's going to get a little bit low, but will be fine. And they also take the power rune again, away from Liquid. So denying it from the Ember Spirit, not the worst situation, though nothing to say is going to be a bit sad, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try and leave that. I mean, you never know. It's possible Liquid don't have vision on that rune, or they assume it was taken, which is actually the case here. And it's such a big rune on Primal. But either way, you're happy to deny it from the Ember. Zania still lurking around mid, will place a ward. I mean, you can see where Liquid's attention's going.
Yeah,
this has been one of the things that I talked about as well, that I think European teams are way more willing to devote resources toward their mid dispatch than a lot of the Chinese and Southeast Asian teams. So LGD needing them there, but if they are falling a little bit far behind, as the Pudge eventually is just going to kick Sheer out of top. They are not winning those mid battles straight up.
And if they have the vision of you sitting behind, then they can go to another side lane confident. But they do get an arrow kill off of that one, trading out with the Mirana though.
Nisha continues touchable here as nothing test, just can't, nothing to say, can't grab him. Too slippery. No grease, the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, seriously. The grease man, Nisha. Finally got their hands on him. The blast off. Oh no, the slight got off just in time. That surely would have been a kill. Look how low Nisha is, but instead Nisha could turn around, pump some damage into nothing to say, ensure that they do manage to get that kill. And now it looks like Planet is going to be traded out for Boxy. So big advantage for Liquid, just slightly off the mark there for LGD in timing.
These mid ganks have not gone nearly as smoothly for them as they did for Liquid. And I mean, like you're saying, the timing, like Nisha can die in these ults. It is very easy for him to go down if any of the arrow or the Techie stun lands. But they have not been able to find it once this game. He continues to be too slippery. The stacks going up for Liquid in the triangle as well for Zai to come back and farm, and he is going that Ags on the Pudge, help scale into that Naga Siren. You're gonna have some acceleration here, and it is gonna be Midas on you to try and match that. So both these offlaners are just gearing up for the late game. Unsurprising for me that LGD goes this route, because I think they are looking for the later timings with the Naga. And unsurprising that Zai goes it, because I mean, you pick Pudge to deal with the Naga here, so.
Yeah, I mean, is it even, if Zai does manage to continue this level of farm, let's say, is it even possible for Naga Siren to carry this game against Pudge? Like, that's a pretty hard counter, right?
I mean, you can play the fights around the hero.
Go for the kill on bottom lane, more flank, but they immediately dip out as they see the Pudge TPing in, and Zai slightly off the mark there with the hook.
A little bit of a Zai J hook right there.
Bit.
Where'd that spray go, by the way? I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Fall out of favor. Am I behind on the memes?
Yeah, you're an old man. No, you didn't.
Oh, it's not me, it's the kids.
It's the kids that are wrong.
Dire's middle tower.
Zai overstep, maybe.
Yeah, I tried to go for the dismember, gets pulverized instead, blast off combo, but he is tanky, man. He is really not putting up with this at all. Hooks back in, nothing to say, and he will die. Mew just all inning for Zai, now gets him with the Harpy Lightning, but it's a 1 for 2. Mickey, the recipient of a double kill. That has got to feel good for Liquid, and they're either going to find Planet, though Moonlight Shadow will probably get him away. I doubt these heroes have dust.
Now they're core, so you know, dust doesn't exist in their shop. Base top for hero though, he's gonna get a tier 1 out of this with Naga. I don't like that he stayed up here and got some extra map punish. These towers are valuable. A lot of Nagas maybe you're just AFK juggling, but he actually makes the most of an overextension bottom on top of that Pudge passive. Zai gets it off and makes him pay. A little ground pound to send Nisha's way, who did end up committing fully for the chains here. 4-4-0. Very interesting. Maybe he just wants to play around his support setup. Frost Novas, some extra hook shots, whatever it is, and control this Primal more too. I mean, the chains are definitely nice versus the Primal.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely more of a focus on the Primal, right? Because if he'd gone maxed out Flame Guard or more levels of Flame Guard, he'd have better options to deal with the Naga Siren, right?
Yes.
Like better AoE.
Like the downside of not having Flame Guard is your lane shove is going to be slower, your map pressure is going to be slightly worse, you're dealing with the Naga in a slightly worse manner. The trade-off is your kill threat's way higher at this point in the game, which also points me to like, okay, Liquid want to play this game pretty fast. They want to start smoking up, ganking heroes, killing them, using Nisha's levels to take net worth away from LGD's bank, put it into their own. And this is not some game where Nisha's going to take high farm party. Probably a wise idea since he has Morphling and an Axe Pudge to contest with. LG going to try and go on Zai again.
Yeah, they do have some reinforcements. Nisha's going to show off slight chains onto the two supports. Insania with the damage. They're both going to be super low after this, while Shiro is being dealt with by the Zai Pudge. They cannot bring this man down.
Get all three.
Too big and too fat.
This is not the target you want to be going on if you're LGD. No. This is a last pick Pudge. He's getting his passive off almost no matter what, unless you want to bring Doom to him. I also just don't know if this move is necessary. I mean, they want to fight around the Naga, so Naga's not going to be kicked out of here, but you're just setting up such an easy fight for Liquid because he's not going to go down that fast.
Yeah.
Maybe having that tier 1 down almost overbaited him. Like, all right, maybe Liquid can't get reinforcements here. Maybe it was just unlucky that they were smoked, but hey, one man's luck is another man's skill.
I mean, they also have this really deep ward on Liquid's side of the, being able to see that dire mid tier 2 Like, they have so much vision to know that they're not in the mid lane. Well, they gotta be somewhere else, right? Like, you know that Primal Beast is looking for kills. He's not farming.
Yeah, and counter ganking him is exactly what Liquid want to do here. The lineup arrives in that type of situation. 14-minute rune, this looks familiar. 2v1.
He's gonna 1v2 and maybe get a kill out of this. Doesn't get the Wisdom rune. Hook shot goes out. Not quite enough damage, though.
I respect that he still tried.
Yeah.
He still tried to outclick 2 heroes on the rune. A very bold move here. But LGD, you're only going to get that once on them.
That's like, look at all the scribbling box he's doing on the map here. A lot around that mid and bottom lane, even the triangle area.
No, that was just he was making sure his mouse was working.
Ah, okay.
It's like, how did I not click that rune, guys?
Was he also making sure that his, was it control button is working?
Yeah, see, there was one guy here, there was another guy there. I was in the middle, boys, and I was out clicking them both.
Wow. Lincoln's up for Mickey. That is going to be a slight problem for New. Of course, he has the RB Lightning to constantly be breaking that Lincoln's to try and get Doom off, but just one more added layer of protection and one more layer that LGD has to fight through in order to get any of these kills.
Why do I say these things? I only realize them after how they come out. Why don't you stop me? Like, why don't you?
I mean, you've already said it. What do you want me to say?
That's not the way you want to word that, my man.
I just wanted to, you know, like I just pushed forward. I ignored it.
That's all you do. You just bait me into saying things, then you just let it sit there. Wow. Like, come on, man. I need some help out here.
I'm just saying, I could have made that worse.
One day, I can't control it. One day I'm going to say something. Might get us both fired. I'm bringing you down with me for sure.
No, you're not.
Oh, I am. It's on you.
I've been through plenty of co-casters, Avery. I'll go through a few more after you're gone.
That is probably true, actually. Yeah.
Tier 1 tower going to be taken by Liquid. They seem comfortably in control as they're going to be able to get Chains Hook. That's actually a combo we maybe didn't talk about. Comboing up with the supports is nice, but they actually have that
bottom tower is under attack.
Chains Hook combo.
Yeah, it's very nice here because there's not really any dispel or save for LGD. I mean, what is it really? It's 4 stabs that maybe come in later, or like you block it with a Naga illusion, or just get BKBs up. But this Primal's momentum has really been shut down in this game by the Ember and the Clock. 0 and 5 for NTS, and he was their big tempo setter here. They are decently far behind as Lincoln's Mickey is going to be a problem on the map. You do not have easy ways to go on this morph. I guess you can break it with the lightning, but the lightning is a long cast. That's the problem here.
Yeah, and it gives Mickey more than enough heads up to, as we saw, wait for him away. He started morphing strength too.
Liquid are slowly closing this map, and you look at the jungle areas that LGD controls, it's not a lot. I mean, Y has gone in deep here to try and extract something off the map. Keep this bounce going with his little kobold friend. I guess you have Doom and Midas that can also help out, but damn, it does feel like NTS is just going to fall behind because he did not find any of these early kills. So now this hero does not want to be hitting jungle, or at least if he's hitting jungle, he kind of wants to be hitting your jungle.
Yeah. They're in Roshan right now, and I wonder if Y, any chance that he knows this is possible. He'll go through the portal, throw out an arrow.
This is a hard roast to read.
Yeah.
Harder to contest. They're probably looking at Nisha bottom. Again, though,
arrow off the fly, catches him from behind. They can get the Doom on him.
That is just raw skill right there, boys.
Great play by Y, and securing a much-needed kill because, again, that Roshan was being taken down. So I think he now has an Aegis.
I mean, he was out of control. He didn't have the streak to reflect it, but Nisha was 2-0 and 8 in this game.
Yeah.
Kind of unlucky for LGD, actually, that he didn't KS all these kills.
Yeah,
like
seriously.
Good mid would do. But I guess he's just a better mid.
With like Shadow, they want to be able to take a 4 versus 5. They know an Aegis on Morphling is kind of whatever. The bigger factor is no Ember Spirit. If they don't have to fight the Ember, LGD very wisely will choose to take any fight they can get.
And BKB up for NTS, so that control is no longer as good as it used to be between the Clock and the Ember anyway.
True.
Pudge damage, not as effective here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Liquid
attack.
looking for their own set of defensive items. Foxy will narrowly escape, but damn, what an arrow from Y. I was literally about to say they don't have the setup for the Ember. I guess they don't need the setup for the Ember. He just arrowing.
Yeah, Nisha didn't keep his eyes on a swivel, I guess.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay, gonna get a taunt out of NTS, but that is about all. as everybody in this game is kind of just hurtling towards their BKBs here. We have Zai pushing towards one, Yu pushing towards one, NTS with his up. It'll be a Linken's for Nisha, so a lot of defensive items coming out in this game. You're gonna have double Linken's BKB for Liquid here. You're gonna have double BKB plus that Manta for Shiro.
Oh, got his BKB just in time, but it may not be good enough. He needs to get away from Zai. Cannot afford that Dismember, but he gets grabbed anyway. Couldn't get through the cogs fast enough. That feels very bad. First BKB, and you still die anyway.
Dire's top tower
where'd that
is under
token come
attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
There was a tier 3 token.
Tier 3?
Under the
Searing heat.
Smoking thing.
I saw it was a tier 2 whatever, but maybe he had one of those kobolds or something? I don't even know. Maybe they killed something off a shovel.
I think it's kind of weird because it's not supposed to spawn.
There are no shovels
With enemy heroes around, right?
That was very confusing. I almost want to see a replay of that, but whatever. I'll let it go for now.
This is going to be like the coil situation all over again.
No. I saw a neutral token on the ground. I swear I saw one.
Zero with the smoke. They're going to try and catch Nisha again. They've got an Orchid.
Yeah, that's
very nice. Boxy tries to respond, but the Orchid will last long enough, and Boxy might even die for it too. Unfortunately, Sticky Bomb is a little bit off, and nothing to say. Can't do much against that battery assault when it comes to chasing.
Remember, this is Liquid Aegis time. LGD are doing a nice job of hurting this period with 2 good Ember ganks.
Yeah,
one off an arrow and one off that Orchid reveal from Shiro, which is, it's going to be punishing here on Nisha until we can get to that Linken's, and it has been delayed pretty decently here. I kind of like the Orchid this game. It's going to help with these Linken's and just dealing with the Morphling and the Ember in the fight, but it will fall off at a certain point too, so LGD need to kind of stay active with the item and help bring Shiro into these fights. Another interaction they can do is, like, you can just sleep and then net the Ember out of sleep or something, right?
Sure. Yeah.
At least until he has that Linken's, it's pretty much guaranteed. So they can keep bringing Shiro in these plays, and it is pretty scary for Nisha to commit deep in these fights.
Zai is so farmed.
Yeah, he is big.
Mickey. Oh, nice. Creates some clearance for the hook shot. Nothing to say. Can't get out of it. Uses BKB a little bit too late. Now he can't get out of the cogs because he's disarmed during that time. And Mickey will be able to finish him off. So finally able to put this Aegis to use. Mickey gets on the aggressive.
That was very awkward from NTS.
Yeah, a lot.
I think he should live there.
100%. Man, that was just a plain miss-micro of abilities.
Rare misstep from him, but maybe a reaction of this game being, okay, where is it?
Okay, the Kobold, or the little
goal
is immediately after the...
Okay, I wasn't imagining things. See? Well, did you see that little golem?
I mean, I'm not sure what you were so confused about, but...
I didn't see the golem, I just saw the token. I guess that doesn't reflect well either. I'm glad we cleared that up. I think all of the viewers are very concerned.
Very, absolutely.
Where that neutral token came from.
Everybody was asking in Twitch chat. I just checked. 14-10. Even game net worth-wise. Granted, One Time does have a Doom. But you said, you know, if things are even going into the mid-game, you felt okay about LGD's chances. Is it actually even? I mean, Liquid certainly control way more of the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
If the Primal had a better game, I think LGD's draft feels a lot better, but now I think they're going to lack damage. And I think Liquid are not going to lack damage. Like, all three of their cores are going to be problems. They're going to be able to deal with some aspect of Naga in the fight. You can get a Morphling Axe later if you really want to, which Mickey is going to third here. So you're going to be able to steal stats away from the Naga, create your own illusions. You're going to have the Pudge going in that's going to rot them all down and maybe be able to hook or find Naga. You have the Ember who's going to be able to deal with illusions on the map and the lanes, right? Like, it's not a game that Naga will straight up carry. I think Naga can create confusion in the fight. You can set some stuff up with the Sleep Arrow, which is a nice combo this game, because Liquid, they don't have a save versus the Sleep Arrow.
Well, not yet. Zai could always get a shard.
That is true. But then you can arrow the Pudge. That's true.
I don't know. I can't see it personally. I can't see how Naga deals with a Pudge that is this farmed, plus Morphling turning into the Naga, plus Ember Spirit just throwing around general aim.
I mean, the Naga won't, right? It comes down to the other LGD cores here.
Yeah.
Like, it comes down to big arrows and connections from playing under the stun, and then it comes down to the Primal and the Doom going into the late game with like 5 or 6 slots. I think that's when this lineup becomes pretty terrifying.
Okay.
Like, you have AoE Doom, you have this arrow off the Sleep that you can't really prevent. The Lincolns don't help you there, and then you're just going with an AoE Doom, some Primal with like 4 slots breaking people. It becomes very funky. I think that is where LGD can win this game. It's not really the Naga just straight up man fighting Liquid's cores, but for the next like 10 minutes here, it is Liquid's control and how much they can get out of this map and force that next Roshan and D-Ward, because they already have a gem up. They have multiple Lincoln spheres, so right now, these Lincolns and BKBs are really good for Liquid.
Yeah, I could see kind of what you're talking about. If PSG.LGD can like neutralize one of these dangerous cores at the start of a fight, then maybe Naga can pull through the rest. Hiding the Blink Dagger. Look at Zai. Wow. Drops his ring, picks it up. I assume they're going to go for a smoke now. What a prediction. Watched a little bit of Dota in my time.
Will it land? They're going to run right into Shiro.
That is maybe just who they want to be able to run into. The song goes off. Great reaction from Shiro. So important that he does not die there, ruining a smoke gank and the Blink Dagger reveal.
I mean, that's like a 2K gold swing.
Yeah.
Literally just right off getting that song. Because you're going to need so much off the map right now if you're LGD. And that was a 5-man clump for Liquid that, okay, you're going to get some vision control here off Gem, but that's pretty much it. Get an outpost. That's not too bad. Mickey does get the steal on him through the illusion, however. That Ags is up. So these Morphling Naga illusions are going to start to cut waves and be annoying as well. Something that can help him keep up and farm as LGD.
Spotted. Leap. Leap. Don't get hooked. Don't get hooked. He doesn't know where you are. You're good. And Techies. Okay, he's going to be hot, but, you know, not everybody can get out these 4 or 5-man moves from Liquid.
No, and LGD much rather have their core survive here, as them continuing to find items in this game is increasingly important to try and contest that next Roshan, which looks like it's going to be Liquid's unless there's a big misstep on the map here. I still think their cores are way better in the 5-on-5, especially with the net worth Zai has extracted. And the lack of control and disable LGD have right now. Outside of that sleep arrow, these Lincolns are still strong. But you cannot underrate a good sleep arrow, Cap. I'm telling you, you're sleeping on it.
They might be sleeping on it too. $15-10. 2,000. No, nothing.
Oh, how's it feel, huh? How's it feel? Just get left out there to dry. Like a fish in the Bali sun.
Not a whole lot of sun today, for those of you who are wondering what the weather's like in beautiful Bali. Getting that warm rain outside.
It was very wet.
You could say the weather's rather liquid.
Foxy's rather dead.
Yeah, playing on the high ground. Waiting for somebody to be able to walk into them, and a pickoff like that will, again, stall out Liquid's timing, probably.
I mean, LGD are finding these little picks.
Yeah,
they're not doing it with everybody. Like, NTS was still farming bottom. He's going to finish up an Ags here, net worth-wise. Primal is a weird hero. The thing about Primal Beast is so much of the hero is based around his spells that it sometimes doesn't take that many items to be a huge late-game impact.
Vanish.
I feel like this hero can sometimes operate with one less item than a lot of other mid-cores.
I agree with that, yeah.
And his items feel a lot better. Like when you get them, you sometimes just go over this threshold of where you're so tanky that no one can deal with you. Like if NTS gets the heart and Shiva's here, for example, it's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
And that's not, I mean, it's far away, but at the same time, it's like one bad team fight. He's going to get one of them. So Liquid cannot throw too much back LGD's way as his lead is pretty much even here at the 27-minute mark, right on the dot, as LGD look to contest second Roshan, which is spawned. And Liquid feel is theirs, but they're going to have to earn it.
Illusions pushing in the lane pretty heavily here, giving LGD a lot of time to be able to set up, and they have a Techies too, so setting up, we saw one of those matches, how important that is.
FY's book here, the fireworks god. He's planted some inspiration, perhaps. Still has that sign to drop down if he wants to. But the area control for LGD is decent here with the mines, the illusions. Then you have to like maybe dodge an arrow. You're gonna randomly get jumped on by Techies.
Radiant's middle tower.
It's hard for Liquid to
Did they see that smoke?
Don't think so.
Radiant's
They
middle
found
tower
him.
is under
Minotaur's
attack.
done. Great setup,
Can
but
they
is
chain
that
him?
going to be enough? The burst, the pulling on him. Arrow, they got him. Managed to burst down mid-game. Now now it's just free. They're going to run down anybody they possibly can. Song to ensure they get as many of these kills as possible. They'll select on both the support. LGD, massive smoke timing and jump.
That Morphling bait did not go as planned. I mean, it's definitely a bait, but that Centaur Stomp bypasses everything, and LG just able to BKB and commit in. There's no counterplay. There's no save. I actually think you won a Pudge Shard in this game faster than you might have. And yeah, Zai instantly queues it up. I think after that fight, Liquid realized, yo, if we have a single target save, a lot of this LGD initiation goes out the window. But that is the wrong time to give it up there. As New finds the opening, everything connects from the vessel to the arrow. Some extra starfall damage to bring down Mickey.
Yeah.
It is just enough here.
And now, I mean, you were talking about the Primal Beast, how he ticks over at some point in time if he's just tanky enough. Well, now he doesn't even need that next item, maybe. With the Aghanim Scepter and a cheese, he can take all that damage, turn it back around, and still have kind of like a second life.
And DD was huge for them there. That's a very big rune for NTS to have going into this fight. Maybe the best on Primal in this situation, right?
Yeah.
That's all based on him getting that rune bottom and TPing here. So very little things adding up for LGD to connect on this kill. That's what makes a scary team is they find a huge opening in this game, take away that Roche from Liquid, and get 3 kills out of it, including that Mickey Morphling, which had gone unkilled in this game until that point. In 30 minutes, he will find his first death. But it is a big one, as he did not have BKB to save him there. He has that queued up as well.
Even more defensive items for Liquid. The Shard, the BKB.
It's a lot. It really is a lot of...
Yeah, we at some point going too much into defense.
I mean, you have BKB on Ember, on Pudge, one on Morphling, and double Lincolns, and you're going to have this Pudge Shard. I mean, the Pudge Shard is, I think, a necessity in this game, Pudge. Sure. It is a lot on, like, saves and defense and trying to survive initiations, which I don't know if LGD cared too much, because at a certain point, they're just going to have spell damage between the Primal and the Doom to just continue to throw into you. They have this Aegis on Shiro now. Decent window to try and abuse the Naga illusions, get some more pickoffs, set something up.
Radiant's bottom tower
Foxy is glad he's off the map right here.
Yeah, he is.
That was very close.
Radiant are
and it's just a question of how much LGD are going to push it.
Radiant's bottom tower
8K net worth swing off that single fight. Bloodthorn completed for Shiro now. Feeling the damage.
Yeah, now, like, if you catch Mickey with that one, you could burst him down way faster than you did last time.
Also, look at the farm LGD supports have found in this game. It is solid here.
Yeah.
Like, that Vessel paid off for Planet. The full Greaves on Y plus a Pipe coming out here is going to buff up these 3 very tanky cores. That's something to notice about LGD. We're talking about defensive items for Liquid. These are very tanky cores you have to burst down, which means you need to get your heroes in there and abuse the BKB duration. 3 of them up for Liquid. It is the golden hour here. You got to find a core connection. Off the smoke, high ground ward. This is a pretty good angle.
It is pretty nice, and they wait for through 3 of them with side jumping in, but New once again managed to get the stomp in the right time. The Hook is going to be able to bring back the Techies into his death. The Doom out on the Morphling, the Song. They're waiting out the BKB, trying to catch up to this Morphling. They finally kind of hidden into the trim. Oh, they can't find him. That's enough, and now he's going to be saved by himself. Fulfilling before Nothing to Say came through. The arrow's going to be off the mark. They have a pretty good freezing field out too. LGD trying to get away with as many heroes as possible now. BKB teleports out, but a hook shot stops him.
They get a gem out of that, 2 supports, and NTS. That fight was just way too confusing for LGD. I don't know if they knew what the hell was going on. They bumped the Pudge who ate the Morphling up the hill, and then they just couldn't see him. There's no vision. Incredibly awkward there. They even got the Doom onto Mickey in the morphed form, but it didn't matter.
Structures are fortified.
Liquid just pushing through.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Those tanky defensive items making them work, finding the opening on the high ground ward. That is all it takes. Now they're the ones hitting racks, despite Aegis still being up for Shiro here. Your turn to find an answer as the Pudge Shard. It changed a lot of this team fight dynamic. Suddenly you're gonna have to probably find Zai. Otherwise he just eats a Doom core, eats an Arrow core, and what are you doing? You're just running out the clock.
Yeah, they do have some like AoE stuns to kind of cover that, like blast off after they hit the arrow, but it is going to be almost entirely like maybe a bit of luck. You tries to follow it up, Mickey pulled back by the lower box. He's going to be able to get a pretty nice cogs here, locking in a bunch of heroes, but I'm not sure if Liquid really can take this fight. Mickey is in deep right now, but he can't say New. Oh, he does! The Moonlight Shadow wears out, and he finally gets the kill.
Yeah, but what happens after?
Now, and the arrow is going to be able to commit Zai. Takes the back up. forward, go for the first life.
BKBs are wearing out. This is 0-second life. Do you have enough gas in the tank to take this if you're liquid? I don't know.
Missing out on the stun, but hit him
another save.
Hit him another save from Psy.
They have to find this Pudge, man. This shard is way too valuable right now. It just ruins everything LGD want to do in these fights, which is go on a single court and burst him down with Vessel, with Bloodthorn Amp, with an arrow connection. None of that matters if the big man shows up and just devours you away. And now they get a new buyback out of that, maybe more valuable than the racks here, but they got arranged on top of it. Liquid very happy with that exchange, especially into 2 lives here on the Naga. It's going to wear out your resources, but they find it. It's really important that Mickey gets the last hit here on you. He walks this off. I'm pretty sad with that.
Yeah.
But once again, Zai is here to bail out his cores. Mickey is dead 100% there if that shard is not online.
Yeah, they bought back on you too for this one. So that's just going to be a weak point for PSG.LGD moving forward.
Honestly, the biggest item in this game is now probably going to come down to the Doom Ags. Because the Doom Ags is an AoE way to jump on the hero you're single target focusing and prevent the Pudge save from coming out.
Right.
Because then you can create an area where he just can't walk in and get the devour.
And if you walk between him and the Pudge, you take the hook, and then you're on top of the Pudge, so you're further denying the sharp.
I feel like this is LG's best answer to what is happening in these team fights right now. Outside of just, okay, they get like way more farm and can overwhelm the damage, but that's not happening. You got to respect the fact that all 3 of these cores for Liquid have found a lot of net worth in this game and are all significant damage dealers, especially versus the Naga. Which means when these single target stuns land for LGD, you need to convert on them.
Moment of deja vu here. Liquid
smoking
into a similar area, running into Shiro. Can Shiro get it off this time? Dismember? No, the song goes out. Once again, Shiro so quick on the fingers. Now he's far away from the base, so it may be hard for him to get here. Arrow's gonna go out, trying to stop Boxy from hitting a hook shot, and they will be able to successfully retreat back to their base.
Lincoln soon work. And Shiro's gonna look for a Hex to increase the single target focus here. But LGD, they had a decent lead built up to that Rosh, and it all goes back to Liquid in the last 5 minutes here, as third Roshan is going to be of ultimate importance. That is one you cannot afford to give up with their refresher shards for LGD. It's amazing. Ags for either team might just give you the dub, and Silver Edge completed for Mickey.
What's that about?
Item choice. I don't know. There's no obvious break here, right?
I mean, breaking the primal.
I mean, this item is just kind of good. I don't feel like I ever see Silver Edge on carries and think it's bad. He has built-in crit. It's a lot of damage attack speed. The extra invis in the fights is pretty nice. This can also help him maybe go in the fights and not worried about getting jumped first. Like maybe Mickey just doesn't want to be the first one gone on. Silver Edge is a good way to prevent that happening.
Sure.
Like you can rely on Pudge save a bit, but as this game goes on and on, it will become a little less reliable potentially. This is a way to help that.
Big talents picked up for Liquid after that last team fight. Get their 20 talents, a lot more AoE damage between the Slight, the Waveform, and then longer lockdown with the Dismember as well.
Yeah, full Mjolnir for Nisha as well. That is a good charge to throw in on the Morphling, on the Pudge, even on himself here. A lot of extra damage if it doesn't get doomed off.
That's going to be a late Roshan, which does mean it's going to be on Radiant side, which is the advantage of Liquid, but I also feel like Liquid don't want this game to draw out, and they would like to do Roshan right now.
I think they want this Rosh and they want to end the game.
Yeah.
But they can take this game later. It's definitely not that unfavorable at all. But right now, they feel very confident taking the fights with what is happening.
You know what's the best part is? He's got a mine inside the Roshan pit, which may have just actually procced. Yeah, he's going to flare it up. Okay, they have both flare for Boxy and mine. So I guess both teams can kind of play around the map and play greedy while still knowing when Roshan's up. I thought at first that was going to be advantage for LGD, where they just, you know, they're obviously very spread and farming for map.
It's a nice little heads up play by Planet. It's a lot more confidence here to maybe contest it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have to know when it's on. Even if LGD aren't pressured right now, it means they can farm the map a lot more greedily. And if that Roach goes down to the bottom side, where they're potentially set up, but you have to consider the buybacks.
He set up the mines for the instant kill on the Tormentor.
Pretty nice. Will this kill him?
No, mines don't work.
Really?
Well, and honestly, in about, like, if you don't see that mine die in, like, the next 30 to 45 seconds, I feel like LGD can confidently set up on that Radiant side.
The problem is the Radiant Roche is buybacks for Liquid.
Yeah.
That's why it just sucks. So I feel like they would have rather defended Dire, but they aren't going to be in position to do it. I don't think they're going to be in position to defend the Radiant one either. If they want to contest it aggressively, they can. It's just... You're looking at a potential buyback fight when you have like Doom and BKB dependent heroes. It sounds very tough. Nonetheless, the farm continuing to come in here. Shivas and Heart completed for LGD between the Doom and the Primal. So the tankiness continues to escalate. That is not an Ags for you though.
Trickster's Rune of Illusion.
To me, felt like the biggest item here.
Smoke up from PSG.LGD, then oh, the timer is coming soon. And that mine is still up, so they're saying it's got to be bottom, guys, and they are going to try and fight for it. There's the Tormentor, instant death. That's going to be nothing to say. So he can toss some rocks around. We'll see if that
nice for him.
Actually impactful.
And also, this Hex on Shiro is maybe the biggest item for LGD in the last few minutes. If you can find the Pudge, or if you can disable the Pudge when he goes in for the save, that's extremely key.
Try and get a ward up to get it down. They got the element. Save Hero. Let's do it. Look at that Black Dog Stone. They managed to catch him out. Now the Doom gets placed on his eye. They want to make sure there's that saves. If there are buybacks, they've expended a lot here. Are they going to be able to retreat out of this one? Looks like the Mirana's going to be dying first. Insania gets hit by the rocks as well. Trying to go for this kill, but not overcommit at the same time. And you can see PSG.LGD have made the call to back up. They respect these buybacks. And they're going to give way to Team Liquid. In fact, TPing out entirely. Or not, actually. Canceling that. Big Day
wants to catch.
With the Silver Edge, he's going to be able to catch him out with the Mirana arrow. Turned into that one. It's a pickoff on nothing to say. That's going to feel really bad because he does not have the buyback.
No, that is likely Roshan for Liquid here. Unless LGD can make some magic happen. Mickey's just back in with this.
Just going again for the supports. Mirana leaping away, and the song.
You're at the TP.
It saves them. It's going to be a little bit dicey. The air
not
through. Hook shot is going to be able to land, and now you've got to beware of the hook. Gets off the mirror images, but they do have a lot of AoE damage. He is in big time trouble. They've identified the real one. The illusions are gone, and he's dead. Shiro. He does have buyback, but this will not be a contest for Roshan for sure.
You cannot walk off these songs. When there's hook shot, when there's blink, hook, Pudge, when there's a Morphling who's turning into Mirana with leaps and waveforms.
Yep.
Like maybe he's afraid to TP there because he doesn't know where the clock was, or what the clock in the song, I don't even remember. But either way, you gotta go for it. Now you're gonna lose your Naga on top of your Primal Beast. Maybe not the worst case here, since I don't think he was contesting this Roshan anyway. Still, that's the problem with this Radiant Roche. Like, that's a great play for LGD. You can't really ask for anything better. You get 3 buybacks, 2 core buybacks out of it. The Ember and Pudge are removed from the fight instantly. That Techies stun did work there with the AoE zoning, and then you caught him with the charge through from NTS. That was a big deal as well.
He gets off the BKB before the Dismember. That'll help. He'll be, oh, he did not TP away successfully. The BKB just ran out, and the stun eventually kicked in from the adaptive strike.
That extra Dismember duration.
It was, yeah.
Level 20 talent here for Zai, paying off big time as you get another Doom kill. He is out for 90 plus seconds here. Does have buy, but man, this game, it is falling out of LGD's grasp, as that was maybe their chance to contest, pull that net worth away from Liquid. Instead, you're going to look at an Aegis and an Ags on Nisha now, with a DD to back it up. How much do Liquid want to push this? This could be a throne here.
Oh, that was nice. Grab the Mirana so he can get the leap attack speed. Throws out the arrow. Why? Not paying good enough attention. It's fine. They're not going to go. Oh, they are going to go for that kill. Good force staff, though. And Mickey counting on the tier 4s, trying to force Mew to buy back.
Yeah, this is Liquid. They still have a Morphling buy here. They can commit pretty hard. They definitely want the Doom buy, but they might want to just end the game. DE Ags on Nisha is an insane power spike compared to the last fight here.
It's like they're going to call it quits, take the tier 2 at top, which I assume Mew is not going to buy back for.
At this point, no. Unless if Liquid forced going, he would have bought, but LG are happy to give the draft to save his life.
Trying to force it again. The Techies, and there goes the buyback from Mew. Now that they've committed, they're going to try and take this fight. The Dismember stopping Zai, holding him in place with the AoE Doom, and actually looks like it's
got Lotus back.
Yeah, it got bounced back onto him, so he doesn't feel good about running into this fight. Jiro's in trouble.
There's nobody to help him. The Doom can't go in.
Oh, what? Denied by Boxy. Looked like. Not sure what damage he was taking there, but Boxy sees the opportunity to get rid of his offlaner.
I mean, that's a dieback for Zai, so he's dead for 2 minutes here.
Yeah, I don't...
Should hold Liquid back from continuing this push. I think it's pretty scary to go into this LG lineup without the push save. Maybe Aegis is enough to continue to force it, but...
I think maybe you just take this tier 2 and then chill.
You know the Naga has buyback here. You can force it out. Like, you can trade some lives for the Naga buy. You're happy with that? You are at 50k.
It's dangerous. You really got to be able to pull a fast 180.
Look at the flank here from LGD.
Yeah.
They're going to look for the back line.
They want to make sure if they use this buyback on Naga Siren, they get as many kills as possible. And they're going to start off. Shiva's out onto Boxy. Quick kill with the arrow should be possible. He's tanky, though. The Glimmer Cape allows him to survive a while.
Yeah, Liquid are just out. This is not a play anymore. They got that Naga buyback, so they're probably happy with that.
Honestly, yeah, I think they...
Probably worth 2 support deaths.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you gave up. That is incredibly worth it here. You even got that last tier 3. You gave up a gem, which kind of sucks, but...
I mean, really, you just gave back a gem that you stole from a previous fight.
Whose gem is it really?
Because they did have 2 gems, and I assume Liquid was able to keep one of them. Though maybe they didn't.
I think that's the only one. Ben, right?
No, there was 2. Boxy had 2. Oh, okay, so maybe one of them held on to Dania.
Yeah.
So they actually split it between their 2 supports and gave them both back to LGD.
So that's going to be vision control going LG's way, but
it's a that's not a 1,800 gold sway, that's a 3,600 gold sway.
The issue is LG are running out of buybacks here.
Yeah, they are.
And the cooldowns for Liquid are going to come up before theirs in a large window here. And that means Liquid can force an aggressive fight. If they ever find Naga, if they ever find Doom, it's just such a wide opening to commit for the Megas here. So LG are going to have to play a little scared, not give up these 4 kills. Ags done for New.
There it is. Finally the Ags. I was so confused when he Lotus Swords himself on the Doom, and it was an Ags Doom.
That was a good Lotus. Gonna find NTS here. He's in trouble.
Can he get the charge out? I think they stopped him with a hook shot. He's going to go for an 8. But that BKB is not going to last long enough. He is indeed dead.
Too much BKB disable.
Yeah.
That is the type of big core pickoff LGD cannot afford. He is the one hero with buyback here.
And, yeah. Did get back the gem as well. One of them.
You're just going to need a hell of an Ags Doom here from you. I think it's the only thing that's winning you these next fights. As Liquid look to close out this game, Satanic done for Mickey and Radiant's done for Nisha. They are hitting some crazy late game net worths.
Even Insania has a BKB, plus he got the shard earlier from the Torment.
He's a problem. He's becoming a problem. Even more AoE to deal with the Naga illusion. Shiro's impact at this point is just... It's not going to be there unless the Doom controls the heroes behind who they go on. Rax is going to drop fast. You're going to have to use a primal buyback as well, which means your initiation needs the latch, or you're just going to waste it. Butterfly for Shiro, his last timing to hit here, are going to try and help sway the aggression as he has that plus tricks with a lot of evasion here for the Naga.
I mean, there's no way they're keeping this buyback up. Look at the instant hook as the both the buyback and the attempted initiation on Nisha goes out. Liquid clean retreat.
Too fast.
LGD, what are you going to do now?
And, you know, something else about this Morphling build that's paid off is he went the waveform talents here.
Yeah.
He has Spell Prism on top of it. It's a very short cooldown waveform that can go in and help clear out some extra illusions or just some heroes on the back of these fights with the attack coming through.
Yeah, what's the cooldown on it?
Mine's still bugged, so... But I think it's under 7. Mine shows 7.2. Either way.
That's pretty crazy when you have that waveform attacks targets.
It's also just a lot of mobility. Like, it's hard to sometimes hit some of these spells on the Morph when he's aggressively waveforming because the cooldown's so low. Even more value on this AoE Doom to really just put these heroes in a hurt locker.
I wonder if he puts it on the Naga Siren to try and stop the Dismember health. Or if, especially if you got like Aether Lens on Zai, you'd probably be able to reach over that Doom. Then what happens if a Doom target, an Axe Doom target, goes inside a Pudge? Think the AoE's still there?
I have no idea. Doom's in from the inside. Yeah, probably an emo for that.
You know, the funny part is that Zai wouldn't even be able to, like, because then he would have Doom on him.
Dire's bottom
And then he wouldn't be able to eject.
I mean, I don't think there's... I think if you're inside Pudge, you can't modify the game. I don't think anything that is on you or affecting your effects is removed from existence. Another
Not even like, you don't think you Radiance and stuff? I thought Radiance worked.
Radiance is a weird item. Radiance, like... It definitely used to work, like with the old Pudge Lifestealer strat.
Well, either way, the point is PSG.LGD have some like serious problem solving to do when it comes to how do they execute these fights. Does Doom self-doom and put himself on top of the Naga Siren and try and get in front of the hook save? Does he just straight up doom the Morphling and try and run at the Pudge? Where's our arrow combo going to be coming from? Who's it going to be on?
Deal with the Crystal Maiden.
Can you deal with the BKB sharded up Crystal Maiden who's going to be walking at you with freezing fields?
Especially if you don't have buybacks here. Like Liquid have theirs off cooldown as long as they have some gold, so the aggressiveness is going to pick up, especially with the next Roshan, which
are you going to contest that Roshan?
It's just so damn hard. You're basically in the same position. You're going to have to contest a Roshan to Liquid buybacks without your own, with an ult-dependent lineup in a way. Like, yeah, that's the problem. The downside of the late game here for LGD is the Naga can't go in and man-fight these heroes, so who's doing it to get you over that hill that is your Doom is gone and your final BKB is out? Right. That window in the fight for LGD is just absolutely atrocious if all of Liquid are up. It seems unwinnable. You need refreshers here or something. You need 2 Dooms. I feel like we keep saying we need more out of Mew.
Yeah, asking for more and more and more.
He keeps finding these items, but he's also having to buy back. It's killing his net worth progression. He does have Ags here. He does have Shard, and he's pretty damn farmed. And multiple Trickster Cloaks up. For LG, they're just looking for the initiation. In fact, they have 3 Trickster Cloaks on their 3 cores. A Ninja Gear and a Mirana ult. Surely this is enough to find the vision in the initiation. I don't think I've ever seen 3 Trickster Cloaks, though. That is a lot of invis, a lot of extra tankiness.
I mean, there's some great stats on that item, even without the active.
And LGD, they're going to choose to contest here. Buyback is coming back up for Doom, so he will have it.
I feel like it's a similar situation. You need to get a fight and then get out. I don't think you can win this Roche entirely. Song goes out.
Initiate.
What are we doing with this? Arrow is going to be used on a box. He's going to try and pull him up real quickly with the AoE Doom. They pretty easily got him. Mickey is going to go for the supports on the side. Where's that way from? Look at that freezing field, but unfortunately the AoE Doom doing a lot of work here. Not getting kills, but stopping a lot of the damage. Unfortunately, now that's run out, and now they're getting run over. Shiro, he's going to be the one. Oh, dodges the arrow. That's a nice play, but I'm not sure if he's going to get away from Zai here. They thought he went down, but he actually went up to the right into the tree. Popped a mirror image, but he's stuck in a corner. There's way too much AoE damage for him to deal with at this point. He will not be able to out-heal this one. He's dead for 2 minutes, and now Liquid don't even need the Aegis at this point to go for high ground push.
The arrow, it went on the clock over the Morphling. I don't think that can win you a fight here. I guess you can't arrow the BKB more. There's a chance he gets
saved. If you had the Doom already out, do you think you could stop the BKB?
No, I don't think anything stops the BKB out of Song,
yeah,
except Disruptor ult.
I think they had to get a kill without the Song. They had to get some sort of kill or 2. Buyback is used, you Song, you just peace out.
I don't know, these fights are just, they're starting to look impossible.
Yeah, they really are.
Unless you somehow just kill Morphling at the start of it and you buy so much time because the damage is gone.
Come in handy.
There's just no damage going into the Pudge. The Ember is just remnanting around at will. Your lineup is run out of gas here for LGD. You did not make it to the ultra late game primal piece timing that existed in this game at all. Yeah, your Naga's counterpick.
What a talented Zai take anyway.
Another Ags going to Liquid here, and it'll be Insania who gets it.
Okay.
Look at that. I guess they all have it. I mean, it could have gone to Boxy, but
Dire's courier
Crystal Maiden Ags, we rarely see it. It's a good one though.
Planet, I guess, was trying to pick up a lost gem from that team fight, but still got his courier sniped out.
He did finish a Hex, so you have another Hex on LGD.
are scanning.
It's just, I don't know. I don't even know if control is the issue. It feels like damage is now the issue.
Yeah.
Liquid have shifted it back and said, we are just too damn tanky for you. I tend to agree. You have a 4,000 HP Pudge with Shivas in his passive. You have a 3,000 HP Ember Spirit with Refresher Ags Remnants, by the way, for Nisha. So he is going to be a ghost. All you're going to see is the burnt dust of your corpse as he flies over here.
Yeah, I mean, he could drop 4 slides in one go. Look at Zai. Taking a little walk around the park. Enjoying the 4th of July.
LGD, last hurrah here. Mike stares you down.
Zai right behind him. Ready to throw out the hook. Ready to blink and dismember stage if needed.
Oh, the heck. Miz actually hit a creep spawn,
And he's actually dying fast. Don't get there in time, Zai. What happened? Creep spawn on the hook over the AoE Doom. This is an ultimate Morphling that's dead. Back to use that. Now trying to get him down, but yeah, they're going to be able to run one easily. What a slip up from Liquid. And the song goes out.
I mean, are you buying your morph? Are you trying to retake this fight?
They're going to try and go for the Ember Begin and get off the Doom off of that one. They're going to buy back TPN and LGD trying to get out of this one, but they can't get away. They're locked down. As soon as Zai and Nisha turn around in Stadia with the freezing field too, they couldn't get away from all that slow.
All primal buybacks, it just came up literally 1 second here, so they technically have a fight, but the base is dying.
Zai's just going straight in, putting his body on the line, but Eva's just going to go for the throw. They cannot put the damage out to stop Liquid. They will take game 1.
Oh, that was incredible.